What does that even mean, Bowers Game Corner?
Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another game review and a special expansion review. And today I'm very excited to check out The Curse of Blackjack, a micro expansion to Scuttle. This is still for 1 to 5 players, ages 6 plus. It'll take about 5 minutes to play. And in The Curse of the Blackjack, you are going to get new cards and also a new action. But is this micro expansion worth getting? Let's open it up. I'll show it to you, and then I'll give you my thoughts on it. Alrighty then, we're going to take a look at what you're going to get inside of The Curse of Blackjack, a micro expansion for Scuttle. So first and foremost, we got a handy dandy little rule card here, which is just going to tell you about the new action, which is to summon. So summon is where you're going to flip over the top card of the deck, and if it's a treasure, then you get to add it as a treasure. If it's not a treasure, you get to put it in your hand, which sounds all well and good. But here's the catch. If the treasure causes you to go over 21 doubloons, then you immediately lose all of your treasure. So it's a boom or bust kind of thing here. Now, there's only 16 cards here, so we'll just show you all the cards and you can get a feel for whether or not this deck is for you. So the Voodoo Queen, your other permanents are protected. They cannot be destroyed or stolen. That's a really powerful one. The Governor, choose a suit. Cards of that suit are worth 4 more doubloons each and can only be played as a treasure. So that one can really add an interesting aspect to the game. Dagger, destroy a card, pretty self-explanatory. Powder Keg, discard your hand and draw 3 cards. Sea Serpent, everyone discards all their non-treasure cards. Blackjack, draw 2 cards, play one of them. Ghost Pirate, play any non-treasure card from the discard pile. Grappling Hook, play a card at random from an opponent's hand. They may draw a new hand. Black Spot, play this in front of another player. They cannot play permanents. Ouch. Crow's Nest, you may always look at the top card of the deck. Grog, each opponent must either pick up 2 of their cards or discard a card. A Buried Treasure, which is a 10, and most of the 10s do not have a special ability. This one does. If this card is destroyed, play a card at random from the discard pile. Buried Treasure cannot be protected. The Jack, Sirens, steal a permanent and move it in front of you. The Plank, at the start of your turn, destroy a permanent. Poison, one opponent discards a card and skips their next turn. And Parrot, move a treasure from play to your hand. And that's what you're going to be getting inside the Curse of the Blackjack. Alrighty then, the Curse of Blackjack, an expansion to Scuttle. What are my final thoughts? Let's go over the pros. Let's go over the cons. First, on the con side, if you didn't like the original Scuttle, this is not going to change your mind. Well, it does add a new action. It does not add enough to the game to knock it out of the family game / gateway game category in my mind. Also, it's a micro expansion. I hate micro expansions. I hate microtransactions. I like excess, but hey, more cards for a game I like is always a good thing, I guess. Another con that I have with this game is that it's still mean, and this expansion continues on with that meanness. You're going to be stealing cards, you're going to be playing bad permanents on people, you're going to be destroying things, so it's still a very mean game. This expansion doesn't change that. Now, the new summon action is another one of the cons, unfortunately. Like, it sounds like it's a cool idea, adding a push your luck aspect to the game, but for the most part, after about a game or two, people stopped using it that much. And the real reason why is because if you have, say, 14, 15, 16 treasures, something around that number, you're obviously not going to do it because you don't want to bust. But at the same time, if you have no treasure or a lower number of treasure, what can happen is you'll draw a card and it'll be like a 3 or a 1, and you'll be like, oh, crud, I just wasted my entire turn to get 1 treasure, where if I would have put this in my hand, it could have been extremely useful. And that happened to quite a few people. It got to the point where you're just like, I'm just going to draw a card instead of summoning. So while it sounds like a good idea on paper, it just didn't work out as well as we would like. But all that aside, can I recommend The Curse of Blackjack? Yeah, it's really simple. If you like the original Scuttle, then you're going to like this expansion. It's a fun expansion. It adds a bunch of new special abilities, some new interesting aspects to the game, which I really liked, and it gives the game longer legs. The more special cards in a game for you to look at and play and change how the game plays, the longer you're going to play the game, which is always a good thing. I mean, longer, like, not like the game is going to be longer than, say, 5-10 minutes, but you'll be playing it for, you know what I mean by that. So overall, pretty simple. You like Scuttle? Check this expansion out. You don't like Scuttle? Don't check this expansion out. I like Scuttle, so I'm going to keep the expansion. I do like it. If you enjoyed this review, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below, and in the comments below, let me know. Scuttle, is that actually a word? Do you think it's a word? Don't Google it. I personally think it's not a word. I don't think it's a word. I'm going to fact check that later. I'm going to find out. But I don't think it's a word. I've never... It says, take what you can, scuttle, give nothing back. Yeah, I don't think it's a word. But do you think it's a word? Let me know in the comments below before you check it out. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.